Have you been asked by someone to explain what is meridian? If you have, then here's the right place to find out how to best explain the meridian system to clients, peers, family, friends, and to the general public. What's up guys, CJCM from Western Sydney University Traditional Chinese Medicine Students Association. In this video, my colleague Catherine and I will go over the history, application, and scientific mechanism behind meridian systems. Before we begin to dive in, let's talk about what is meridian. Meridians are channels that run through our body. You can think of them as tunnels which cars run through them to reach the other side of the road. In traditional Chinese medicine, the meridian is also called jing. Jing are like the trunk and main branches of the channel network. They are like the main road or highways. They run longitudinally through our body at a relatively deep level. Zangfu, or the organ systems in traditional Chinese medicine, are connected by meridians. The entire meridian system comprises of first, the 12 primarily channels, second, the 8 extraordinary vessels, and third, the 12 divergent channels. There are exit points on roads, so you can steer your wheel to one direction and branch off into a different one, right? So does the meridian system. These branches from the main road is known as collaterals. Another name is the lower connecting channels. Unlike meridians, which run longitudinally at a deep level, collaterals run superficially and interconnect the trunk and main branches, the connective tissues, and cutaneous regions. There are 15 lower connecting channels in total. The 12 primary channels, the lower connecting channel of the conception and governing vessels, and the great lower connecting channel of the spleen. Think about the meridian system as a structure of a tree. The tree trunk and main branches represent the jing, while lower connecting channels correspond to finer branches and twigs and leaves. The meridian system was not only applied in China, but also in other countries such as Japan, Korea, and India. Keirochiyo is the name of the Japanese meridian therapy. The Korean acupuncture meridian is named Kyunga. Suchibadan is the Indian meridian system. Once we got a basic picture of the meridian system, let us dive deeply into the history of channel theory and to see whether there are links in between. There are two main theories behind. One is point first, channel second. The other one is channel first, point second. In the first theory, observation of tender spots during disease in addition to the alleviation of symptoms when they were stimulated by massage or heat, caused the discovery of acupuncture points. Accumulation of acupuncture points led to the idea of linking points into groups by characteristics and effects. In addition, with the observation of similar points, the understanding of channel pathway was evolved. Channels first, point second is the second meridian theory. Sensation during massage, with the exploration of internal body through medication and qigong practice, led to discovery of channel pathway. Knowledge of specific points were developed for a while, and in addition with the discovery of channel pathways, the understanding of channel pathways emerged. This is a more accepted explanation for the origin of channel theory. It is further confirmed by discovery of Silk Book at Western Han Tom and Ma Wangdui, which scholars discovered that the pathway of 11 channels, but no specific point were recorded. Several journal articles have deep into the meaning behind the ancient medical literature. The most significant discovery was a black lacquered wooden carving of the human body that looks similar to the meridian anatomical character we use today. Planes of stretch, massage routes, and the means by which qi descends in the body in breath cultivation are all plausible. Based on this research article named The Channels, a preliminary examination of lacquered figuring from the Western Han period. The figure provided a visualization about the system of the Mai, or channels, recorded in the excavated text, 足臂11脉究经, categorization canon of the 11 vessels of the foot and forearm, and 阴阳11脉究经, categorization canon of the 11 yin and yang vessels. Both texts describe the path of 11 channels inside the body and explain the procedure of categorization to treat ailments within each vessel. They were also written on the same sheet as with 52病方, receipts for 52 ailments. Interestingly to notice that the receipts for 52 ailments first mentioned qinghao, or wormwood, which artemisinin was isolated from Artemisia annua to treat malaria in modern days. Another interpretation is that it represents a view of the body related to the common self-cultivation techniques, or 养生, meaning nurturing. The Mai Wang Dui and Zhang Jiashan medical manuscripts included breath cultivation, sexual cultivation, therapeutic gymnastics, regulated sleep, and dietetics. These and other practices are detailed in later Daozi and medical literature, such as in the chapter titled 养心, Nurturing Nature, in the book 备急千金药方, written by King of Medicine, Chinese physician Sun Si Miao, and modern collection of articles in Livia Korn's Taozi, Meditation and Longevity Techniques. The oldest surviving Japanese medical work, Ishippo, adds further topics such as sleep, clothing, and propriety of language, based on the Nurturing Life chapter from 备急千金药方. We can see how bending and pulling yin involve leaning forward and collapsing the body on the anterior surface. Conversely, pulling yang stretches the body on the posterior plane. As some of the lines shows most superficial blood vessels, scholars suggest the blood vessel was included in part of the construction of channel theory. This idea is further supported by information from the Zhang Jiashan Mai Shu, which stated channels withhold or control the movement of blood. The figure yields no information about the direction and circulation of qi in the body, nor evidence of acupuncture points. However, the immediate question raised to this theory is where one applies the treatment. From both 足臂究经 and 阴阳究经, it was not known whether the channel was categorized at site of pain or along the route of a channel. This idea in which direct application of heat to alleviate pain was popular, and some suggested that acupuncture needles were applied all along the course of a channel.
The meridian system is a vital part and has a variety of applications in the practice of acupuncture. The first function of the meridian system is transporting qi and blood throughout the body, rendering the body as an integrated whole. Using an analogy, qi and blood are like the nutrients required for plants to grow. They nourish, energize, and warm the organs, sense organs, and tissues. The roots of the plant can be compared to the Zhangfu organs, with the channels being the roots stemming off from them. Finally, the flowers and buds of the plant are the body tissues and sense organs. Just as it is vital for nutrients to reach the flowers, stems, and roots of the plant, it is in the same way vital for qi and blood to move smoothly throughout our body and reach the sense organs, meridians, and zhang fu, which are all intricately linked. If the roots, the zhang fu, do not receive adequate qi and blood, they will not be able to supply energy to the stems and flowers of the body, leading to manifestations in the sense organs and meridians. The second function of the meridian system is to protect the body from exterior pathogenic factors such as winds, cold, damp, heat, summer heat, fire, and dryness. They do this by circulating qi and blood, nourishing the organs and tissues, and regulating the yin-yang balance of the body. Different channels in the meridian system occupy different depths, each of which have a different function in preventing the penetration of pathogens. Exterior pathogenic factors usually invade the lung meridian first, and it is the job of Wei Qi, which is governed by the lungs, to repel and prevent these exterior pathogenic factors from penetrating the body. Therefore, the lungs can be said to be the first line of defense in attacks from exterior pathogens. The third function is to alert us to and allow us to respond to dysfunction in the body. Going back to the plant analogy, if the roots of a plant are diseased, this consequently causes manifestations in the stems and flowers. Similarly, if the zhang fu are diseased, manifestations will occur in the channels and sense organs of the body. These manifestations alert us to disharmony of the zhang fu and allow us to treat it. Sometimes the channels themselves can be diseased. Indications of this include tenderness, pain, or tingling along the channel. In order to treat disharmonies of the zhang fu and channels, acupuncture is commonly used to transmit qi to the diseased area. The word acupuncture derived from the Latin acus, meaning needle, and pungere, meaning to puncture. Very early evidence of acupuncture can possibly be seen from the examination of Otzi the Iceman, a mummified body from 5,300 years ago found in the Austrian Alps. Several tattoos located along Otzi's back and legs are located within striking proximity to that of the Chinese acupuncture points, suggesting possible needling and tattooing as an early form of medical care. Acupuncture was first mentioned in Chinese medical texts in the Inner Classic of the Yellow Emperor, or the Neijing, after which it became a commonly used modality in Chinese medical practice. Various theories regarding the scientific mechanism behind the meridian system have been proposed and are constantly evolving. Some of the most noteworthy theories include the premovascular system theory, the fascia theory, and the nervous system theory. A newly discovered anatomical system distributed throughout the entire living body, called the premovascular system, has been suggested by some scientists to be the physical form of the meridian system. The premovascular system, discovered by Bong-Han Kim in the early 1960s, is a circulatory system independent of the blood or the lymphatic system, which forms an extensive network throughout the entire mammalian body, stores distinct types of stem cells, and appears to have some roles in cancer metastasis. Since its discovery, research on the topic has been slow, mainly due to the fact that Kim did not carefully record his research methods, which made replicating the identification and harvesting the system and the components of the system difficult. However, in 2010, scientists from Seoul National University confirmed the existence of the premovascular system by using a special staining dye to color it. They discovered that the lines of the system are not confined to the skin, but form networks that traverse three morphological locations: internal cavities and lumens, such as the heart chambers and the cerebral aqueduct, within organ-covering membranes, such as the peritoneum, and in connective and fat tissue, such as superficial fascia. These networks follow some of the traditional acupuncture meridian system quite closely. In addition, according to these scientists, the existence of the premovascular system in the brain and spinal cord suggests that it is a potential acupuncture meridian. One flaw of this experiment is that the dye injected to highlight the premovascular system did not appear to branch out into the sense organs and reproductive organs, both of which are critical areas of the traditional meridian system. Further experiments should be carried out to investigate this aspect. The fascia theory proposes that the meridian system runs almost identically along the lines of fascia throughout the body. Another theory is the nervous system theory. Other scientists suggest that acupuncture points are really just sensitive points along the nervous system. This is supported by the fact that vessel nerve bundles are found in the location of approximately 80% of acupuncture points. However, vessel nerve bundles are also found in areas where there are no acupuncture points. Dan Keown, the author of The Spark in the Machine, proposes that the acupuncture points are spots of high bioelectricity in our body that act as cellular organization centers. He argues that his theory is supported by research carried out by biologists at Tufts University. These researchers captured a time-lapse video revealing never-before-seen patterns of visible bioelectric signals, where eyes, nose, mouth, and other features in an embryonic tadpole appeared. According to Keown, these bioelectric signals are also apparent in human embryos, and hence most probably grown humans, with the lines created by these signals mirroring the acupuncture meridians. In a study published in the journal Spectroscopy and Related Phenomena, researchers used contrast CT imaging with radiation on both non-acupuncture points and acupuncture points in a rabbit limb. The CT scans revealed clear distinctions between the blood vessels where two acupuncture points were located in comparison to blood vessels where no acupuncture points were located. The blood vessels with acupuncture points had significantly higher densities of microvessels, whereas in non-acupuncture points, the microvascular structure was relatively simple and flat. Of course, this hypothesis that areas containing acupuncture points have a higher density of microvessels needs further research, but it provides a starting point for research into possible proof of acupoints.
So here it is, a brief overview of what Meridian is. If you have any questions or any suggestions, feel free to leave in a comment below. Thank you all so much for watching, and shout out to my colleague Catherine for her amazing work that makes this video possible. If you liked the video, then make sure you click the like button and hit subscribe if you haven't done so. See you guys in the next video. Stay tuned.